Welcome to Quality Crowns. I'm LaShante.
And I'm Lori, and welcome to our Queendom special
Okay.
song for
Holding that
season
note.
13.
Welcome. This is your first time joining us. We are the Quality Crowns, and we discuss all things reality, from current events to reality TV, where we recap Married at First Sight. So, season 13 in Houston just started. And so, this is our first episode going through the new couples, getting to know them, and as they prepare to walk down the aisle. So we'll get started with the first couple, Gill and Murphy.
Well,
what you want to say?
I just want to say a couple things.
Okay.
So I want to go back to season 12 real quick because we've been away.
Season 12. Mm-hmm.
And there's been a whole bunch of drama since.
You want to recap that?
Not recap. I just want to clarify.
Okay.
That basically season 12 ended with one couple staying together. No matter what decision day looked like, it was just one couple. And I'm starting to wonder if those were all set up because they got divorced so quickly. And some of them made it to couples cam and still are getting a divorce. So I don't know.
So let's recap real quick. So season 12 was a hot mess, right? If you didn't see it,
throw it away.
Check out our recaps from last season.
Please do. I wish season 12 was actually 13 so we could say, like how those ghost floors in the elevator, it don't even exist. What is this? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, season 12 was like the worst season, and I am to believe in what you just said, that was it all just a setup? Like, was it all just for like viewings? Like, I actually want, like you said, become invested in these people.
Yes.
So I want them to work out, but it just seemed like 12 was set up not to work out. So we had Chris and Paige, which we knew right away that wasn't working out. Then Haley and Jacob, that didn't work out. So those two at this decision day decided not to stay married.
Right.
Then we had Virginia and Eric, who decided to stay married for, I don't know why. We knew. So they decided to stay married.
And then cashed out on couples cam. They went to couples cam knowing they didn't like each other like that. Why are you doing this?
So they recently announced they are divorcing. And then Ryan and Clara, which were kind of like, okay, well, maybe they'll stick it out because they'll just be like, we can make it. We can tolerate each other and we can make it. They did a whole interview, y'all.
Interviews. Multiple interviews the week before they said they're splitting.
Before announcing that they were going their separate ways.
How? Sway?
That's from actors, because I don't know how I can be acting all lovey-dovey and, oh yeah, this is working out, and then be like, yeah, it didn't work out. We decided to go our separate ways.
It's just, I don't know if they're like, you have to stay together to do like press release for the next season. So even if you are thinking of splitting, like they're still involved. I saw online, because they did the Bald and the Beautiful podcast, that Melissa came out and said that the producers are still involved in the interviews even after the season wraps. So if you can't even have an interview with them without producers, how am I to believe that that's not all scripted too? They gotta know what's going on.
Oh yeah.
So totally. I don't know. I'm not happy with season 12, or maybe this is how it's always been. And it's just like we're kind of seeing or peeking behind the veil a little bit. So now it's like we know too much, but it's just, I throw the whole thing away. I just throw it away. Throw all of them away. I mean, I know Vincent and Brianna, they bought a house together. They look really, really happy together.
They do.
So sometimes you kind of think, maybe it was a divine plan for all this to happen just for them to be together. So if they're happy, I love it. But it's just, I don't like. I didn't like none of that.
So thank you for that, because that leads me to actually my initial thoughts for season 13.
Yes, let's get to it.
And I think it's going to be boring. But two, I'm just like, I feel like I'm seeing a pattern from season 12.
Yep.
And I'm like, I'm not getting this. The experts, like, I'm not seeing these matches right now.
You weren't buying their explanations on why they put these people together. I wanted to write it down. It was just too many words, but I wanted to write down everything they were saying. I was like, what?
After each one, it was like, well, yeah, they don't really seem like they're compatible, but we think this, and that. Mm-mm.
No, what in the world? I'm just thinking, I had to go back past seasons that I've liked. And I've had to think, when I was at this stage just learning about the people, I was excited to see like, oh,
yes,
I kind of see that. Okay, yeah, I see that. Oh yeah, I see that. And now it's just like, I'm not excited. I'm not like, let's see what's gonna happen. I'm not seeing a lot of personal characters, like, let me learn more about this person individually, and then let me see how it would match together. It's just kind of like, okay, I don't know. And then these episodes be 3 hours long. I have a life.
Lifetime needs some like new material to cut out this time. Like, it's like they're dragging it out because they don't have any new movies or TV shows or something.
They do though. I see.
Were you watching the commercials for the new Prince Harry and Meghan?
Every 5 seconds. And the one with Vivica A. Fox.
Yes.
I might try that one though.
I might actually tune in on that one and see what that's
about. That one. But it's just like, they got programming. They have new movies. That's why I'm like, it's the same movies from 1986, but it's new versions of it. So they got content. And I understand Married at First Sight is a big player for them. But make it genuine, like make it what we like. Don't change the format. Don't have these long extended rerun of episodes. It just seemed like the same thing they saying over and over again.
Over and over again.
Stick to the model that worked. It's 13 seasons in. Just stick to the same model. We've been invested this long. Don't switch. Don't do this. It's too much. Okay.
So there was our little rant, right?
Now we can get started with the couples. I'm sorry, because I was just like, what is this?
Okay. So first couple, go ahead. What's the first couple on your list?
First couple that I saw was Marla and Gill. Child. Gill is 35 years old. Could have sworn Gill was black. Couldn't tell me nothing else to tell me. I mean, he is black, because black is a construct that goes over.
Yeah.
Yes. But I'm just saying, right. But I would have never thought this man was Colombian at all.
Not until that came out his mouth.
I was like, where? Who? Okay. I didn't even hear him speak Spanish. Did he say any words in Spanish? So I was just like, wow.
Nada.
Okay. I get it. Ding. Yeah, so I was just like, okay, girl. So he's a firefighter, and he was saying that he wants a woman that's, fun, low key, not low key, but like, less into herself or whatever.
Self-centered, yeah.
Just real cool.
No Instagram models.
I was like, okay. He looked like he had a couple of those. So he's like, no Instagram models, and he's just ready to settle down. So what did you think about him?
I like him, what they showed, what we got to know so far. I think he would be a good catch. He looked like he actually is at the appropriate age where he really knows he wants to settle down. Mm-hmm. He has his career, being a firefighter.
He likes to dance. That is one thing that I did like about this season, that all these people are above 30. Well, except for one. But they're pretty, they're not in their 20s. They're not, flighty or,
right.
They
All the
seem
guys
to,
were 35 except the one guy. He's the only
yeah,
one that's
but they
not
have
in his
careers.
30s.
It's not like they're trying to find something else. They seem settled, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But it's the first episode. But I did like that about this season, where there didn't seem like there was any homeless people. So stepping it all up, because I was like, stop finding these homeless people. So yeah, okay. But what else do you have for Gill?
That's it. I mean, what they've shown so far, I'm like, okay, thumbs up for Gil. Seems like he's ready to get married and go through this process with the right intentions. Um, However, the person that they have identified for him, I, I, I'm not sure, y'all. I'm not sure. So
So
the one thing they
Merla,
said was that, okay, go ahead, talk about her, and then I'll make my comment.
Merla is 34.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to cast her as high maintenance. Like, she's really into her body. She likes taking pictures of herself. She likes to travel, and she wants a bald, tall, and bearded man. So it's all about, what she wants, how
Look,
she is, how she doesn't want to party and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, I still want to go party, but I just don't want somebody who's super into themselves. So go ahead. Sorry.
and she is Mexican. I don't remember if they
I
said
have no
exactly
idea.
what her background is, but one of the comments the expert said is they matched them because they had similar cultural backgrounds. And I was like, okay. Initially, I didn't get that because I thought Gil was black, and I was like, and you can tell she is of Hispanic descent, but Colombian, and she's like Mexican. I'm like, okay, I can see that. But then when they started talking about what she's looking for, Gil isn't that.
Right.
Like,
And
he's
really
bald,
specific. Yeah, like,
very
I
specific.
thought they would want to pick people on the show that doesn't need that specific breakdown, which is
Right?
what
Did
they
we
said
not
to
learn
Chris.
nothing from season 12?
Right. So I don't know what happened there. I don't get it. I don't understand. So I think, and I know we
Mhm.
haven't gotten to them yet, but I think Gil probably could have been paired with Michaela.
That's why you my girl, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Exactly what I was thinking.
And I think Merla could have been paired with Jose. I don't know them like that. The experts have probably 1,000 questions that they ask in interviews and stuff like that. But on the surface, that's
On
who
the
looks
surface.
like they would go better together
Yeah.
in this
I
situation.
totally agree with that.
Yeah.
And I had comments on that as well because I'm not seeing those two. Pastor Cal even admitted that we're not giving her what she wants, but I think she can overcome that. And I don't know. I don't know. I think I'll give her a little
I
too
guess we'll
much credit.
see. I
Um,
I I don't know. You never know. This is the first one. They haven't met each other yet. We haven't seen if there's any chemistry or anything like
right?
that. But
These are all just first impressions. They have not met
yeah,
each other, no nothing. This is just
not
based on
yet.
what they show us from, the little package about each one of them. But I don't know. Are we giving predictions
Yeah,
this
yeah.
episode?
I put down my predictions. I think we should do that for the first couple, like what we did last season, because it's gonna take some time. Like the next episode when we start seeing the weddings, how do we still feel? And then when they get to the honeymoon, I think it'll be over by then. We'll know how we feel by the time they get to the honeymoon, and then we could stop that piece. But I don't know. One more thing I wanted to say about Gil. He talked about his dad being killed in a
Oh,
home
the home
invasion.
invasion. Mm-hmm.
That's why another thing, him and Michaela got stuff in common because they both lost their fathers and they were close to them. So I don't know. I don't think that's why you put people together, but I think,
There's
I mean,
connection there.
yeah, I don't know what y'all doing.
And
Okay.
we'll
So,
get to Michaela. Well, that can kind of transition to
yeah,
Michaela.
because
But
she's
with
next. Yeah.
Gil, like, he seemed like he's fun, right? He can be like have fun and enjoy himself or whatever. Where Michaela is like party girl. I like Michaela. Like, I loved everything I saw about her. And her tape where they show us about her background and who she is. Michaela is, I miss her age. I think she's 30.
Wait, hold on. So are we doing predictions at the end?
Let's do
Okay.
at the
At the
end.
end? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Michaela is 30 years old.
She's a real estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
She's admitted she's never been in love, but she's, been out there dating and everything, but she's settled, meaning like she is in her career, she's doing well, like she's now to the point where, okay, I want more than just what I have. I want that family, I want the husband. Right. And again, these are the type of people I feel are ideal for this show. Like stable, they already have become comfortable with who they are and have their own life together before adding another person into their circle. It's like, and Zach, I'll wait at my comments. He not there, but I love that Michaela, like everything that she's representing that they've shown so far about her. I love the energy.
Oh, I put that too.
I love everything.
I like her hair and I like her energy.
Yes. Love her hair, love her personality, like all of that. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, so she admitted that she was homeless at one point and that her dad was killed by a drunk driver. But then I also noticed that she said she just got out of a relationship. When the girls were talking, I was like, oh, man. She was like, yeah, mine was recent. And I had to tell them I got matched.
Well, was that a relationship or was that
a
relationship? Because that's, to me, I took that as it was had a little something, like the pandemic was happening. That was like my body. That was it. That's how.
That's true. I just wanted to note that there. But yeah, and then she said that she's never been in love. I like her too. I like her she just seems to be fun. You know what I mean? I'm not the life of the party per se, but I like to be around people that are life of the party. I'm like, so I like that about her. And yeah, I just feel like her and Gill would have such a good time. But I mean, maybe that's not all it's about. So I don't know. So I guess we're going to get into Zach. I don't know. Zach is 27. All I have here is that his family cried when he told them about him getting married. And, I just feel like he just says all the right thing. He's looking like he just wants this thing called marriage because everybody around him is going in that direction. And that's never a good sign.
That is what I wrote. I said, I think he's getting into this for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
He was talking about his brother is engaged and his other brother has a long-time girlfriend. He's never been in love. His longest relationship was 9 months. I feel like he was like, oh, I need to beat my brother to the altar. So I'm going to join this show and I'm going to get married.
Yep.
And the other thing he said is he's looking for someone to complete him.
Yeah.
And those are
I think he doesn't know what to say. He don't even know what that means. He's just saying stuff. I just don't know if he knows what he wants, honestly. And I'm surprised he got on this show too. Because he's like, since I was like 12 years old, I've wanted to be married. I've already written my vows. I've read it over and over. I'm like, sir, sit down. That's what I want you to do.
Yeah. I mean, there's been other people, most of the previous shows, right? A lot of the couples have been in their late 20s. And there have been some that you can tell they are at that stage where they actually are mature enough and ready to go into a marriage. I do not see it.
I don't see it.
I do not. And his mom was very like, it's more than just love, like into a marriage. Like you really are into this love part. It's more than just that.
Yes. I think Michaela gonna walk all over this man. And it's not going to be a good thing. It's not going to be like, sometimes that's a good ebb and flow in a relationship. You have a strong woman and a guy kind of takes a backseat. I just feel like she's not going to be okay with it after a while. It's just, like you said, he don't seem mature enough, you know. And one of the things I wrote before we got to the scene with him and his family was, I wish they would take out the whole surprise family, I'm getting married, surprise friends, I'm getting married, because it always seems like all set up to me. Now, his mama crying seemed like he didn't tell her what the hell was going on. It seemed very genuine to me. So I was like, "Ooh, let me walk back my words," because that scene didn't look like a setup. It didn't look like she didn't know. I mean, that she did know before.
What he
It,
was doing at all, like not even
yes,
he
it
didn't.
looked like, I don't know what he would have told her, because
It,
previously it's like you got a group of people sitting around, you see camera crews, they knew, hey, I
so
signed up for this show and blah blah blah, what's coming.
so with the friends, I feel like it's not a surprise because most of the friends they kind of do like what, like, but it's like they knew, and I think they interview friends and like part of that, so I feel like they know uh, that this is happening. Where I can totally see where with the parents they
They
are
probably hit it.
surprising them because both of his parents, dad too, looked like he was like, wait, what's going
Right,
on? He took the glasses off. He was rubbing the nose, like, what's happening? What are you sure?
right. But I
Yeah.
still don't need it. Okay, so I understand, okay, it's TV, it's a shock value, but we're 13 seasons in. I don't need it. I don't need it. I think we could just go cut right into the dress and tuck shopping, getting to know, like, a little backstory,
I would say that would save us at least an hour right there.
Come on. But they
They're the
used to
first
do
like
this.
producers. Y'all watching this?
They used to do this in
Cut
two
it
hours,
out
right? So if they cut it, we could probably get all of the weddings, or at least majority of the weddings,
in
in
the first
one
episode.
episode. And maybe, like, you need the drama if there's something
To
going
cut it,
on,
you're
to
right. To
cut it
bring
and
them
then go
back for
into
the
the next
next.
one. And then we'll be in the honeymoon by episode 2. But
Listen,
they
that's
ain't
at
gonna
least
listen
a
to me.
2 week savings right there of
Oh
time.
my God.
At
It's too
least 2.
much. So yeah, I thought that piece was genuine. It could have been all made up, but she looked like she was having a whole conniption. Like, oh my God, my baby.
I couldn't. Do you remember if they said if he was the youngest of the 3 brothers or not? I couldn't remember
I
where
feel like
his.
he was the middle. I think his
Oh,
younger brother was the one that wasn't married yet. But he was in a long-term relationship. But I
okay.
could be wrong. I can admit I phased in and out a lot, because
It's
I
too
didn't
much.
realize it was 3 hours until, like, I tried to fast forward through some of the commercials. I was like, what?
I don't know
Is
why
there
you
a
didn't know
different
that because
episode?
it's been 3 hours for like the last 3 seasons. Yes.
Ah,
It's like the first episode is always about 3 hours and then they go to 2 hours.
you know what it is? Maybe they started this with New Orleans, but New Orleans was so good that I
You
did
didn't
not
realize it.
care. New Orleans, from episode 1 to the reunion, was the best content ever. And they had the most couples at that point. I think they had 5. That was the first time they had 5 couples.
I thought DC was 5. No? Okay, that might be the first.
But it was just from the weddings to the bachelor
and it wasn't
party.
a lot of drama. And that's the thing. They didn't need
Wasn't.
drama
It was
to like
so
capture
good.
people.
It was so good. Okay, sorry. Anywho, we're on season 13. So that's all I have for Zach. Did you have anything?
No, I said everything I need to say about that. Boring and yeah. Next. Okay.
Johnny and Bao is who I have next.
Johnny and Bao. They are the Vietnamese couple, the first couple that they've had on the show. They're cute. I like actually them as individuals. And I can actually see this one working out.
I can't. This is one of my maybes.
Yeah, I could actually kind of see this one. So Johnny is funny. Like
Bao is funny.
She is. This is why I think they're like
okay.
So, but talking about Johnny, now the one thing that I did write down, I was just like, oh Lord, how is this gonna work out? Because he was talking about how he wants the girl to always basically like fall in love first.
Yeah. I think there's something with that. What
well,
they hinted at what was up with that.
yeah, I was about to say they did end up hinting at that, but it was kind of like a wait a minute, kind of where it flagged at initially. Um, so he's always looking for the woman to make the first move. He's like, you don't really approach anyone; he lets the woman do it. He waits for them to say "I love you" first. So he kind of comes off as a playboy a little bit to me, like in what he's looking for, and not waiting for the woman to come to him and all of that. But he is funny. He's very social. Like I like Johnny. I'm hoping this one they find a good match for him. What are your thoughts on him?
So Johnny's 35. They're casting him as OCD and a control freak.
Oh yeah.
Right? And like you said, he likes the girls to make the first move. But I think that's an underlying problem based on his family issues, where I don't think he wants to be vulnerable. He wants the other person to show their vulnerability and then he'll dive in. So I don't even think he's like a playboy kind of person. It's just he don't want to get his heart broken. So he has to say it the macho way. Like, I'm a dude, so I want the girls to be like this, but I don't think he wants to be like, I love you, and then the girl's just like, yeah.
So yes, and they do, like you said, hint on that. Was talking about his background. His parents divorced when he was young. His dad moved away. And although he didn't have a close relationship with his dad, he still keeps in contact, and his approval is still very important for him. So they also talk about within. I don't know if this is a part of the culture itself or just his family, but he mentioned that they didn't say "I love you" a lot. And that also kind of goes with that of like, I'm not going to be vulnerable. I'm going to wait and let the person, the woman, for in his instance, make the first move and say "I love you" and be vulnerable first, and then those layers can start to like peel back for him.
Yeah.
So that's Johnny.
I have a couple things.
What
So
else?
I think there's a lot of cultures like that they don't show a lot of emotion. And I think he's trying to break free of that, but it's still, that's how you grew up. That's your culture, right? So he expresses to, I don't know who he was talking to, his friend or brother or sister, I don't know, but that he didn't even want to tell his dad, period. Because he already knew, he's like, he's going to be calling me every day to try to change my mind, and I don't want to change my mind. Yeah. But then he decides to call him with the producers right there. And they're like, so what happened? What did he say? I'm like, this man is crying. You know, what do you think happened? You know, so then I'm sure that kind of caused some unease for him, you know. So that was sad to see that. I'm trying to think what else was there. And then he says that he's been single for 7 years. So that was interesting too. Okay, so that was it for me and Johnny, but I do like him too. I like Johnny. This is probably my one person other than Michaela that I like on this. That's it. So now Bao. Bao is also 35. I put that she's quirky and that I like her. She said that she does not want a man with a micro penis.
Hey, she's being honest. Hey.
I was like, bro, stop that. How you gonna tell the expert that they're gonna go measure his penis for you?
No. Pull it down. Let me see.
But she was also saying how she grew up and, you know, how she lived in a dilapidated trailer. She didn't want kids to know where she lived, how she was made fun of when she went to school. So I do think that there is some cultural and lifestyle things that they would have in common that they can talk about. Because she was also saying she didn't want to be with someone who didn't understand or could not understand that her culture growing up, and that she couldn't be able to be open and share those kind of things with and have that person be sensitive. So I think she'll get that out of Johnny. because he'll understand maybe not that piece of it because I don't know how wealthy he grew up, but at least the culture will be similar,
Right.
But I don't want to go too far because we actually see them get married. So I'm
We
gonna
do.
pause there and see what your thoughts about are.
Everything you said, I was going to add how she also created a whole exclusion list of the people
Um,
she did not want to be
I think that's
married.
smart.
I was like, did nobody else
You're
ever
in,
do this?
yeah, you're
Like,
in one city. So if you've dated people or you've known
and you're in one
people,
culture, one
yeah,
ethnic
no,
ethnic group. There we go.
yeah,
Yeah, that's gonna make the bubble even smaller.
yeah.
So she was like,
I would
yeah.
do my people I've dated, people my friends have dated, because you could, the list could be big. People you've ran into or worked with. Don't pick none of these people. Don't none of these people, just in case they show up here on casting day on the other side. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, no. So, and then he said he wrote a whole list of stuff too. So I think they are.
Yeah, so he's a super clean freak. Johnny is. And then she's a Excel sheet freak, basically.
Oh
She's
yeah.
like, she does use Excel for everything, even pros and cons lists, things like that. So although that's not like the same thing, I feel like it's on the same
Level.
like level of extremeness
Yeah.
that they both have in common. Yeah, so that's what I have on Bow too. So I'm liking them too, but we'll wait to predictions to give our final. I think we probably already gave it away, but we'll talk more about that later.
So we're gonna talk about the wedding or no? We're gonna wait.
I mean, like whether we think our
that.
couple of them.
Yeah.
At the end. Okay, Ryan and Brett is the
no,
next.
that's what I'm saying. So you want to wait for the wedding part too to talk about that at the end?
Yeah, I just want to go.
Oh,
you? No, I was saying, yeah, go through all the couples, do the wedding, and then go back and give all the predictions. Okay, Ryan and Brett, because we normally do that. We kind of go in order of the show, so we still have the bachelor or bachelorette party to kind of talk about a little bit.
Oh, we talking about that too? Okay.
What we normally do. I mean, we can cut it out. It wasn't a lot going on, so
that's why I threw in that Michaela had sex recently. That was at the bachelor party. There's nothing else I really, other than her having a good time, Val being on the I guess we could talk about it. It's fine. I didn't have that much.
Listen, we already gave most of it away right now. So okay, Ryan and Brett. Yes. Next couple. I'll start with Brett. Brett is the woman. She has a man name, but she's the woman.
I was like, is that her name? I thought his name was Brett and her name was Ryan.
Ryan. I thought so too initially. I like her too. I like her based on her energy and what she said, the type of person she was. She has not been in a relationship. I think she said like in 2 years or so, like not even kissed anyone in a while.
Yeah.
So she's really looking to settle down and find a husband. She's a teacher, I believe. I can't remember. And I stopped taking notes at this point. So I'm sorry, I don't really remember age-wise. But we already said most of everybody was in their 30s.
Yeah, she's 33 years old. So
30. Okay.
I don't know what she does though. I forgot.
I feel like I heard she was a teacher. But I don't remember. That's all I remember. It had to be something else about her.
She works. Go ahead.
What's your thought?
I mean, I didn't like I wonder what her hair color really looks like because I wasn't feeling the red.
I don't like the red on
her. And then I just said, I can't believe this girl's name is Brett.
That's it. That's all you know.
Nothing else. What else was there?
We said it kind of was boring. It looked like this is gonna be a boring season. I stopped taking notes myself. So
I was taking notes. I just I didn't know what else to write for Brett. So
yeah, I can't think of anything else either. Okay, Ryan.
Ryan's 35. His family, when he met up with his family, it was seemed like he falls in love really easily. His sister was just like, yeah, he's fallen in love with a girl in 24 hours before, so he's gonna have no problems with that. I was like, what? And he was like, I'm scared to tell my sister more than my parents because my parents seem to lean towards what she wants. And I just remember his mama saying, why can't I just have normal children? And I was like, if I was a sister, I'd be like, I'm sitting right here. What did I do?
She's like, I'm talking about you too.
She's like, why can't I have normal children? Not just like one son, like children.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, this is not normal. It's like, no, this is not normal. What are you doing?
Yeah, he's a serial dater. Like, he's been dating for a while. And as they said, he falls in love quickly. And I don't know, I see positives and negatives with that. Because I feel like, okay, good that he's, is trying to find that person. But then I'm like,
What's
too many
there?
people.
Yeah,
like you couldn't find one person yet. Like after all of that, are your expectations too high? Like something. So we'll see. Them as a couple. Well, we're doing predictions a little later. So okay, so that's
Wait,
Ryan.
I just want to say one more thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Why, like Johnny? Johnny said this man looked weathered. Johnny said, man, he looked like he's traveled a long way to get here. He just looks so sad.
He did. He was at the bachelor party, right?
Yeah, no, this was at when they met
that meetup at the bar.
He was talking about everybody with his little Eddie Bauer yellow jacket on. He said he looked weathered. I was like, he did look weathered. He looked like he had a hard day.
Listen, he done been through a lot to get to this point. That's what he looks like.
They don't really say it. A lot of them didn't say
it. They didn't, other than the firefighter, the real estate agents. They didn't really talk about careers. And that seemed to be an emphasis on previous seasons. Like they made sure they noted the professions of people. Mm-hmm. But maybe that's to come. But yeah, they didn't really talk about that too much.
Yeah, okay. I don't have nothing else from them.
Okay. Jose and Rachel. Still no notes here other than go ahead.
Jose is 35. So all the guys are 35 except for Zach, which I think it was interesting. Everybody's like 35, 35, 35, 30. Oh, look at the baby. It's like, dang. So I put that Jose is a talker. He also does not want any Instagram models. He's very regimented. So he was talking about everything that he's paid off. He's done this, he's done that. And now he's focused on getting a wife. That's all he's
like a checklist. Yep.
Boop, boop,
everything in order.
They said sometimes that's how guys think. It's like they have to attain everything before they can even think about settling down. So I've heard that before. So it's not a bad thing. It's just he's very in line. He's saying he's tired. He doesn't want to go out. That's not his scene anymore. He likes to just chill with his significant other. And that he's written down 250 questions to ask his wife.
Yeah, you heard that right. 256 questions.
I had to write the number down. I was like, how much? What? He is ready to get to know her.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I can't be mad about it because my husband did write down questions while we were dating to ask me. I don't know if it totals 256, but it was a lot of questions. So,
but were they like over time, like he asked you those questions, or were they like, okay, here's my list, and like back, it just was boom, 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 boom.
It was over time, but there were questions in groups. at a time. So let's say 20 questions, or 30 questions. So, but I like that because, we just got to know each other like random, not just what's your favorite color? What do you like to do? What's your sign? But like random situational questions, like an interview. And I was like, oh, okay. But I liked it.
Okay.
250 is a lot.
That's a lot. But I agree. Like, get the questions down that you want to know because you don't know this person, right? So you're not gonna have time to ask a couple questions over
or see things over time in different situations. It's like they're in a little bubble at this point,
right.
So I get it.
So I get it too. I write down questions as well, so I don't remember. I need to ask this. Let me write this down.
Oh, really?
So I remember.
I'm never good at that. But I'll be forgetting, so I guess I need to start doing that.
That's why I had to start, because I would forget. I'll be like, oh, I want to ask this question next time I see this person. And then, yeah. So no, now I can actually keep a list. So Jose is very, like you just said, very structured. He remind me of Ryan a little bit from last season.
Mm-hmm.
Of just you already have this like set lifestyle, like it's the thing.
Ryan turned me upside down. I don't know who Ryan is no more.
Ryan definitely did a switcheroo on us. We thought he was one way, and then it was just like, wait, what? This the same person?
Ugh.
So maybe Jose is the same, but he's definitely comes across like very just, what's the word I'm thinking of? I can't think of it. But he's boring, not boring, but it's another word I'm trying to think. But boring is what comes to mind too.
See, him and Merla, they need to be together. Him and Merla, they need to switch. Him and Merla.
But he don't want an Instagram model.
He say that. They be lying. Him and Merla. Who would I say? Gill and Michaela. Zach and Rachel.
Oh. Oh, we switching it all up, huh?
I mean, I'm just trying not to leave anybody out because I was going to throw Zach away, but then I would have to throw Rachel away. They might be together, Zach and Rachel.
I need more.
Not Rachel yet. Okay, so Rachel's 33, and she takes care of herself. She said she recently lost like 35 pounds. She was in a relationship over the pandemic with a guy, shacking up, but he ended up cheating on her, or
he ghosted her.
Ghosted or cheated on her?
Both. Then she said once the pandemic ended, he left, and then she just like didn't hear from him, and then
no, because she found out she was cheating.
He was cheating.
Oh well, he just needed a place to stay. He was homeless. She likes to go out and party, have a good time, and she wants her mate to do the same thing. So I feel like we're gonna rewrite this whole show. Rachel and Zach are gonna be together. I think I like it. Jose,
you know what? What if that were to happen? Because I think
we never seen it. I've been waiting.
Well, a friend of ours that watched the show, shout out, hi, I see you, told me, I think in Australia that happened. They don't actually get married in Australia.
Not married. That's a whole other thing. I don't know what they're doing out there. They look like they switch husbands all the time out there by the commercials. But no, this is like real, like they got to get divorced to get with somebody else. So I don't know. I feel like we need to switch this up. So the only couple that wouldn't be switching is Johnny and Bao and Ryan and Brett, which we'll get to predictions because I don't have nothing else for Rachel. What do you got for Rachel?
That's it. I don't remember nothing else other than what happened during the pandemic with her, the guy, and she went on a weight loss regimen and lost the weight. That's all I remember about her. Yeah. Well, wait, there was one friend, I think this was Rachel, when she was telling her friends that she was getting married. And I think it's common that a friend might be like, oh, what if he don't like you? But she kind of was like, what if he don't like you? What if you're not this and that? And I'm like, well, dang, why she got to do all that to this girl? I mean,
she was saying that her friend is very blunt and tells it like it is and all that kind of stuff. But to me, she already signed up for the show. So just, I'd be like, ooh, girl, all right, we'll see what happens.
Like those thoughts hadn't already come through her mind, and then you got to go do all of that. Okay, so yeah, that's all I have on Rachel.
All right, what do we talk about next?
Well, I guess like we said, we already done talked about most of the bachelor and bachelorette party part of it. So they each had their bachelor and bachelorette parties. They were, I don't know what you call that, cowboy thing. Michaela was showing out. She was showing all her energy. I loved it.
Booty dancer.
I loved all of it. Like what Lori said, I gravitate also to like friends that are like the life of the party that has fun. Lori is that person for me. I don't know who that is for her, but but she was just having a great time, and I'm just like, why are these other women not like enjoying it with her? Bella, like she was,
she was more like, it. Oh my god.
Yeah, she was like,
take my money.
But Myrna, I mean, I was like, dang, girl, like it's your bachelor, have fun. And that's where I started saying, I was already like, I don't know about her and Gill, but that totally made me say, we can get to prediction parts now.
Well, what her friend, she was like, I don't like bachelorette parties. And she's like, well, girl, you never been married. I was like, what? Girl, enjoy your party. So just relax.
You can have a good time and let loose without being wild. Mm-hmm. And it's just, she was just like, this is so beneath me. Like,
yeah, she reminds me of one of those mean girls. Like, if it's not her friends, it's not her crew, then, because she said it too, it takes her a while to really make friends, which I get. I'm not,
but she had her friends there with her.
But you see, they was all doing the same thing. It's not like her friends were dancing. They were all sitting there talking. So how you go to a bachelorette party and you just like, all right, let's just sit here and do nothing. I'll be like, if it's me, even if you don't like it, go up there, touch his chest, go, let him dance on you. It's one time.
Just Lori, go. You remember your bachelorette party?
Oh my god! I didn't have a bachelorette party.
Okay, that's a story for another episode.
I didn't have.
But yeah, I was just like, girl, like he wants somebody to have fun with and salsa and all of that.
Maybe he'll pull that out of her.
Maybe
when she feels more comfortable, because I just can't imagine she don't know how to have fun. She's just like, I don't know these people. They're not my crew. I just want to get married. Ugh. She just seemed like that kind of person. And Michaela's like, girl, she was drunk. Girl, come on.
She was no, but she was so much fun. Oh my gosh. I would love to party with her. So predictions.
Yes.
Gill and Myrna. My prediction right now is a no. Yeah. I'm not seeing it. Look, we already hooked him up with somebody else, so that should tell you right there.
I didn't leave her out. I think her and Jose would be perfect. But he's not tall. He's short, so she'd have to get over that.
He had the beard though, and he wasn't bald, so right there.
Yeah, you had to compromise with the tall part, but yeah.
Okay. Zach and Michaela.
I have it as, I'm gonna stick with a maybe.
Oh, you're a maybe?
I don't know if Zach really knows what he wants, but I think Michaela is she kind of reminds me of Clara a little bit, where I think she can do a long haul. And if he can kind of step up to the plate throughout the 8 weeks, I think she would stay. I think she's thoughtful, at least what I've seen, that she could stick it out. She doesn't seem like very picky, all or nothing kind of person. A little like she wants him.
That's true.
It's like
I
Paige. Like if Chris was a real person, then I feel like Paige would have made it work with almost
she would have.
anybody. You know what I mean? So I feel like Michaela's like that. Even though she's the life of the party, I feel like he doesn't seem boring. It's just he doesn't look like he knows everything he wants. So she's gonna have to be patient with him to kind of get up to her level. And I think he could with her help. So I don't know. We'll see. So I have it right here. Maybe.
Okay. So yes, no, maybes. I would put maybe as well. I think during over the course, it's gonna get a little bit more tough. And he's gonna realize, ooh, marriage,
More
it's a
than
little
just
more
love.
harder than I thought it's gonna be.
Right.
And if he steps up to the plate, then yes, I think what you just said, Michaela definitely, I think, has the bandwidth to say, okay, I can stick with this and I can be there to support him as he kind of determines and sees how marriage really works.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do a maybe as well. I'm okay with that. Johnny and Bao.
This is my only hope. This is all I got.
Oh, we didn't even mention. Well, we didn't do the. We're going to talk about the wedding part.
Yes.
But this is just our initial. Yes, you said the only hope. Yeah.
This is it. This is it. Sorry.
And it's more than just that they're of the same culture. It's like them as individuals, what we've seen. At least
they look
me,
fun.
they just really seem to match.
Yes. Well. I even like I know we're gonna talk about it in the wedding, but even without what we know about them, just individually, they just seem like they would mesh. You know what I mean? That they got a little, like you said, they're probably regimented just in different ways, and that they're quirky and funny. Like they just seem like they got good personalities. So yes. Oh Lord.
What?
Sorry, who's next?
Ryan and Brett. I feel like that was same here. Yeah.
What is this? I don't even know how they're on the show. I don't know what this. There's nothing for me here. There's no spark. There's no interest. There's zero. I don't care. How about that? I don't even care. We don't even need to see the weddings. It's like they're not even there.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll change, but
all right. Jose and Rachel. Again, I'm like, I don't know what the experts were seeing. Again, it's a lot more that they do behind the scenes to prepare. And maybe we don't see it yet, but these initial introductions to these couples, I'm like, what was y'all thinking? Were y'all trying to just create more drama from the last season?
I need it.
And I don't really see drama. I just see boring. Like they just not gonna get along. It's just gonna be boring. It's just too opposite of each other. I know that like people are like opposites attract, or people like that yin yang thing where you pull out more in the other person, but I'm just not seeing it with the majority of these couples at all. So it'll be interesting to see. Okay, so we've made our predictions. So right now we have a yes on Johnny and Bao, a maybe, and 3 no.
Hey, we got one yes.
Hey, if we can get at least one to stay together after this season, that's at least one success story. That's good. Okay, so the show ends with the first marriage, and that is Johnny and Bao, and they have a traditional Western marriage wedding. So as we are preparing, they're getting ready to walk down the aisle. They exchange gifts. That's where I'm going first. You have anything before you want to add? They exchange gifts, right? I'll talk about the gift Bao got from Johnny. And it's like, oh, and she reads the note and he mentions jerseys, 2 jerseys. He's a sports fan, and that immediately she was like, he's a sports. I wanted a nerd. I can't believe I don't like people that like sports, and it never worked out in the past. And she's opening the gift, and this one gift is wrapped in a like an old a newer jersey. And then the other gift is like a what do you call it? Like a retro jersey. She was not feeling it at all. And I was like, dang girl. Like nerds like sports too.
She was like, no. She said she wanted a nerd, not a bro. Okay. And she was like, why can I get an intellectual? What about a Nobel Peace Prize? I was like, it's like, no, she's joking. She's joking. I wanted a brilliant mind, but instead I got a bro. Oh my God. Is this the gift that you get somebody that you're going to marry? Oh my God. What is this? I was just like, girl.
And then when she says that, they like cut to the scene with him and his boys, and they're like huddled and they're doing which is like,
I was dying. That was the best part. That was the best part. I was like, finally, something to get me excited, because I was just like, what the hell is this? So I thought that was funny.
I thought that was hilarious.
Her mom was like, calm down, girl. You already signed up for the show. Just relax.
Oh, so you want to talk about the gift that she gave Johnny?
Oh my God. So I thought that was cute too, because she sent him a card that says with sympathy.
This like they both have sense of humor.
They do.
So cute.
They do. I don't even remember what she got him. Like a little stuff, like a survival kit.
Yeah, it was like a wedding survival kit or something. So the sympathy card.
But that sympathy card, I was just like, hilarious.
And they were like, oh, she has a sense of humor. I like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was really cute. So, and she wrote in there that she was eating a cheeseburger and she was
yeah. That's what I'm like, how could you not like a bro then? You're funny. I guess that's nerdy humor. I don't know. I thought those were cute. That was cute.
Really cute. So then they are it's the wedding. She's walking down the scene. She's walking down the aisle. And she looks up, she's like, I know him.
Oh my God, it's Johnny.
And he's up there like, oh, I know her. And then they say each other's names. She's like, hey, Johnny. Turns out that they knew each other from their college days. So they went to separate universities, but they each were president of their like Vietnamese student association. So they went to different events with each other. So they never dated. And they never like looked at each other in any like sexual way, but they just knew each other. And so that both said was like a good thing. Because they're like, okay, we can be a little comfortable, like I know this person, but then it was kind of like, I know this person. So I'm like, I think that just added to the story of why they make a great couple. I think
it's telling that they were both presidents. I feel like that means they have great personalities to be voted as president of an association in their college. And the fact that they've been in the same circles, so that means they've never heard bad things about the other person.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really interesting. I like that about, like how they knew each other, how they were kind of reserved, because, you step into this process like it's going to be a stranger, and it's not a stranger, but you still don't really know the person. So they're still like hesitant, like, oh, okay. So I thought that was kind of cute. I liked it. Because they started to edit like, oh my God, it's Johnny. He broke up with my sister or something.
Like it's something dramatic, yeah.
But I thought it was cute. They get married. They had the date. January 31st is when they got married. All the couples. I think they all get married on the same day. So they get married January 31st of 2021. Gotta be. So I was like, oh, okay. I always like to know when they get married. I don't know why. I'm just nosy. Sorry. And so they get married. They say their vows. The vows are cute. She writes a poem. He asks, can I kiss you? And she never really answers. She was just like, And so he kisses her, and I was like, oh, this is sweet. I like them. They look like a nice couple. What else do I have? I noticed that when they said they introduced them, they didn't say a last name. They just said Johnny. They said her whole name. They said Val
They
something,
did.
and then Johnny, which was weird.
I missed that. Maybe they got the same last name.
No, but then they would have said it after his name, not after her name. So I was like, what's going on here? So I was like, interesting. I wonder why. But yeah.
Okay.
But that's it.
Yeah. So after that, then they were talking after they said our dues and kiss, and they go back to like the little room where they really get to know each other. But again, they already knew each other, so they kind of did some small talk, and then they talked about how a traditional tea ceremony, I think is what it's called. They both wanted to do that. I think it's part of their culture. So they haven't shown that part yet. So I think that is going to be happening on a future episode, probably next week's episode. So we'll see more about this couple, and we'll see more of, well, the rest of the weddings, at least probably another two, because, you know, like we said, they be dragging it out.
They better have all them weddings next week. They better.
We'll see.
Do you think they knew that they were going to marry another Vietnamese person?
Yeah.
Okay. They were all dressed up. They had the same outfits looking like.
Yeah, when they talked about the tea thing, I think she said she mentioned it, and then he said he mentioned it. So I think they, and like you said too, she mentioned about the culture of somebody understanding her culture. So I think that right there, they had to match them with another person of the same ethnicity.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other comments you have for this first episode?
Stop having these long ass episodes. And next time, have some people that look different. They don't all have to be skinny and super, super pretty. Have some fluffy people on there too. We out here, we looking for love too. What?
No, I agree, but you know, it's TV, so they gonna stick to what they think is gonna work. This right here, having this first Vietnamese couple, is kind of like, oh,
well, you know why that happened. Everything is intentional.
I hadn't thought about that, but okay, yeah.
13 seasons. Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
And what we're in the middle of.
Hello. That's the only reason I'm gonna tell you that right now. Huh? So, and they're already starting to film next season in San Diego.
So. Oh, they are. I thought I just saw the casting call for it.
Well, yeah,
started already. Oh, okay.
They already picked their location, and it's the first time on the West Coast, which I'm surprised at. I would think, you know, production, it would have been California a long time ago, but
yeah, they've only been on the East Coast, and then Texas.
In Texas. Yeah. Yep.
All right. Well, hope you enjoyed today's show.
I forgot we're doing that. Just talking to you.
Yes, we're doing a show, Lori.
Okay. So
again, thanks for joining us on this first episode of the Coley Crowns as we recap season 13 of Married at First Sight. And we will be doing this every week. For the next 12 weeks or so, however long the season is. But we hope you'll come back and join us and talk to us in the comment section. Tell us your predictions so far based on first impressions of these couples. And who knows? We'll see where we end at the end of the season, who's still together. Maybe we change our minds, you know? Maybe these couples work out and convince us that they could actually survive. We'll see. So join us next week. And as always, we want to remind you to do what?
Protect your throne. Bye.